Hello friend. Welcome to our special corner. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our special corner. I hope that everybody is fine. Let's just continue praying for each other, for our safety against our invisible enemy, the coronavirus or the COVID-19, and for the provision of our daily basic needs.
Yes. We should also include in our prayers those who are already infected by the virus and the medical team that cater for their needs. We should likewise pray for our fellow individuals with disabilities or special needs and for our elderly or senior citizens. We are considered as one of the most vulnerable for the present pandemic disease.
That's true, but I know that with God's amazing grace and mercy, we will be able to overcome this problem very soon.
Correct. So, while at home, we are here to teach you, or maybe just to refresh you with our basic mathematics lessons. Today, we are going to talk about fraction. Specifically, adding and subtracting similar and dissimilar fractions.
Since this lesson is designed for learners with visual impairment, there's only adding and subtracting fraction that can be seen on the screen. So let's begin with adding similar fractions now. For example, 1/5 plus 2/5 is equals to? Okay, since similar fractions are fractions having the same denominator, to add them you have to simply add the numerator and copy the denominator. Again, add the numerator and copy the denominator. So in 1/5 plus 2/5, the numerators are 1 and 2, right? So by adding them, we got 3, so the number 3 is now our new numerator. Then we simply copy number 5 as our new denominator. Hence, 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. Let's have another example. 3/8 plus 4/8 is equals? Again, we have to add the numerators then copy the denominator. In 3/8 plus 4/8, the numerators are 3 and 4. And adding them will give us a sum of 7. Then we will just copy the denominator, which is number 8. It means, 3/8 plus 4/8 is equals to 7/8. Okay. Clear? Let's have another example. 4/9 plus 7/9 equals? So our two numerators are 4 and 7. If we would add them, it will give us a sum of 11. So our new numerator is now number 11. Then we will just simply copy their denominator, which is number 9. So our answer in adding 4/9 and 7/9 is 11/9. If you could notice, our answer is improper fraction. Don't worry, we will present how to convert improper fraction into mixed number later or in our next lesson. For now, let's proceed to subtracting similar fractions. In subtracting fractions with the same denominators, we will just simply subtract the numerators and still copy the denominators. Like what we did when we add similar fractions. Let's have this first example. 11/23 minus 7/23 is equals? Let's take a look at their numerators. The first fraction, 11/23, has a numerator of 11. The second fraction, 7/23, has a numerator of 7. So we have to subtract 11 and 7, which will give us a difference of 4. It means that our new numerator now is 4. Then we will just simply copy their denominators, which is 23. And will give us the final answer of 4/23. Okay? Let's take one more example. We have here, 13/27 minus 4/27. So, our minuend, 13/27, has a numerator of 13. Our subtrahend, which is 4/27, has a numerator of 4. So if we subtract 13 and 4, it will give us an answer of 9. Then we will just simply copy their denominators, which is 27. So the answer of 13/27 minus 4/27 is 9/27. Or, in lowest term, 1/3. Okay. Is that already clear? I hope so. If you have any question or clarification, feel free to keep in touch or leave a comment. Now let's go to adding dissimilar fractions. Unlike the similar fractions which have the same denominators, dissimilar fractions have different denominators. Thus, there's a need to look first for their LCD, or least common denominator. For instance, half plus 1/3 is equals. So here, their denominators are not the same. So we have to look for the least common denominator of 2 and 3. Finding for the least common denominator also means looking for the least common multiple. Or looking for the lowest number that is divisible to both 2 and 3, which are the given denominators. In my case, I just multiply the given denominators. For example here, the denominator of half is 2, and the denominator of 1/3 is 3. I will just multiply 2 and 3, which will give me a product of 6. Although, not all the time, the product is the lowest, however, I still yield the same results after converting my answer to its lowest form. You can follow my strategy if you want, which, for sure, are being applied by others too, especially in higher numbers. So the lowest number that is divisible by 2 and 3 is 6. Okay. So our LCD now is 6. What are we going to do next after finding the LCD, is to divide it with the denominator of our first fraction. In our example here, our first fraction is half. The denominator of half is 2. Right? So we have to divide our LCD to number 2, which is the denominator, and multiply to its numerator, which is number 1. So, 6, divided by 2, times 1 is equals to 3. So number 3 now is our first numerator. For 3/6 is our new first fraction. Then we will do the same with our second fraction, which is 1/3. So, 6, which is our LCD, divided by the denominator of 1/3, which is 3, then multiplied to its numerator, which is 1, will give us the product of 2. So our second numerator is number 2. So it means, our second fraction is 2/6. Our fractions now are 3/6 and 2/6. Right? Since 3/6 and 2/6 have the same denominators, we can now add their numerators and copy the denominator, which is our LCD. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. It means, our numerator is now 5. And our LCD is 6. So, the final answer is 5/6. Got it? Difficult? Let's have another example. 2/3 plus 1/4 equals? First, we have to look for the LCD of 2/3, and 1/4 with the denominators of 3 and 4. Here, we will just simply multiply 3 and 4, which will give us the product, 12. Thus, 12 now is our LCD. Then we have to divide our LCD with the denominator and multiply with the numerator of 2/3. In other words, 12, divided by 3, times 2 equals? 8. So our first new numerator is number 8. Then we will do the same with 1/4. LCD, divided by 4, equals 3, then multiply by 1 is equals 3. So our second numerator is number 3. Then we will just simply add 8 and 3, since thy now, both denominator of 12, which is our LCD. So 8 plus 3 equals 11. Therefore our final answer is 11/12. Got it? In subtracting, the same process. However, instead of adding the numerators, you have to subtract it. Let's take 2/3 and 1/4 again as our example. First, we have to look for the LCD. So since we have already 12 as LCD above, let's then proceed to the same procedure as we did last example. After getting the LCD, we have to divide it to the denominator, then multiply it to the numerator. So in our first fraction, which is 2/3, we have to divide our LCD, which is 12, to the denominator of 2/3, which is 3, then multiply to its numerator, which is 2. So our answer is still 8. Then for the second fraction, we have to divide our LCD to the denominator of 1/4 and to its numerator. In other words, 12, divided by 4, then multiply by 1 with an answer of 3. So instead of adding, we must subtract or find the difference of 8 and 3. Thus, 8 minus 3 equals 5. So our final answer is 5/12. Okay? Did you get it? Please try solving this to test your understanding. If you need to listen to this audio for several times, so be it. 1. 3/11 plus 7/11 equals? 2. 9/10 plus 3/10 equals? 3. 9/10 minus 3/10 equals? 4. 4/5 plus 3/4 equals? 5. 4/5 minus 3/4 equals? Again, if you have any question, feel free to comment down below or contact me via Messenger or my mobile number. Thanks for watching and see you in our next videos. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to our channel. Have a blessed and fruitful day.